Aquarius and Gemini. Gemini and Aquarius. These are double air right here. So when it comes to relationship matters, they relate in ways on intellect, thinking, communication. And of course, depending on where their Venus is at, this is going to basically separate them when it comes to love matters and that matter. So pretty much, air just predicated towards communication. That's the way they make their minds flourish when it comes to interactions or interconnections. So Aquarius is very unique, very original, and of course rebellious. And of course, they're more humanitarian. So it may be very difficult to try to basically be in a relationship with Aquarius if they minds ain't predicated towards a mission, a goal, or scientific methods. They're not really emotional like that, and if they are, they pretty much are more predicated towards being emotional towards whatever their dreams are. And of course, they got emotions, they got feelings. They just don't show these things. And it takes them a little bit of time before them to basically actually really open up to someone, especially if someone that they can basically trust or connect with. Now, on the other hand, Aquarius is very rebellious at times too. So it's kind of like different when it comes to Gemini. Gemini is more predicated towards being mutable and adaptable, and of course switching up and changing up. Aquarius is fixated, so fixated is stubborn in their own ways. That means you can't really tell them anything. They're very stubborn, and of course Gemini can adapt to their personality and their perspectives, which actually makes it more convenient because of course the Aquarius will pretty much make the Gemini in the perspective of being very open minded, very aware, and things of that matter. Sometimes only the negative aspects of these two zodiac signs, they could be absent minded, they could be unreliable at times too. Because of course they take on too much information, take on too much intellect. Their minds be racing. A million and one perspectives. So a whole lot of things could be basically taking place. They can lack emotion and affection on both ends, which can pretty much put the relationship at a tie hose, put y'all up in tie knots, aka y'all can pretty much clash a lot because y'all are air, and of course too much air in these rooms. So if y'all too connected and too just on top of each other, this is like a conjunction in your manner. So it's gonna pretty be a circumstance situation where y'all may have to like learn how to just if like avoid each other by having space and not being on top of each other. Because of course, your relationship can take off, but of course, y'all gotta be more about action, more about passion, and not just all about intellect and communication. Of course, this relationship can last only if y'all on like a spiritual perspective, and of course, two zodiac signs have to be on the same manner. See, Gemini can have a million and one things going on, so it may be kind of like difficult for them to actually even be able to keep a consistent basis. via Aquarius. Aquarius is pretty fixed air, so you can't move that air around. That air is fixated. That air got its own ways of its ties and strings and knots and bolts. So if you try to move it around, you're gonna see the rebellious side of it. Also, these two zodiac signs, they're very good at debates. They're very good at intellect, getting into each other or getting at each other or getting under each other's skins at times, which can make it seem like you know either aspect, because this is like pretty much Mercury. Mercury is exalted in Mercury, and also you can say Mercury is exalted in Aquarius because it plays in the part of it's a backwards thing. So you already know the Pisces perspectives will be more of a like a water, and of course Aries would be the fire. So if you put that backwards, you're gonna have fire, you're gonna have water, you're gonna have air, then you're gonna have earth. Air perspective, the water perspective would be when they say, "Let the oceans have fish," pretty much bringing it back to more of the genres of the Adam and Eve stories, and of course, how things is basically being orchestrated. Of course, the air will be pretty much Aquarius, where Adam was naming all the people, giving them names and shit, and of course, Saturn would basically be the serpent, aka someone that's ruled and focused on status and career and business. So that's vice versa in that perspective. So that's how it would pretty much play out on these individuals. When it comes to Aquarius and Gemini, when it comes to sex matters, Aquarius is pretty much can take Gemini on a new level. Gemini can be quite shy at times, getting naked. So it kind of like throws off the Aquarius. But of course, when they Aquarius take over, Gemini don't follow through. And yeah, that's pretty much Aquarius and Gemini. Y'all have to pretty much be more passionate towards things. Try not to get this relationship will pretty much be like a friendly relationship. It won't be a serious relationship at times. Even if y'all do break up, y'all will still probably pretty much still be friends. And of course, y'all will like if y'all don't have a perspective on things, the relationship will be predicated towards people that's just dating, but not on a serious, connected, passionate perspective. Anything y'all probably just be passionate and bad. But other than that, other things will have to accumulate. Emotions will have to be nurtured and expressed and shown. And of course, if these not shown in Aquarius, I look at the Gemini layer down. I need some affection. I need some emotion. And of course, a Gemini is the other side of Cancer, and the Gemini is the other side of Taurus. But of course, they do things in the air matter, in the way of communication. Communication is key. So yeah, that's pretty much Gemini and Aquarius for now in a nutshell.